Searching for the road to the way back. We don't know our fathers going way back. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah. We the chosen people, you say no way. Your enemies been teaching you the wrong way. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's the simple things in life, like learning again. It's the simple things in life, like finding where it all began. Do you know your history? Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Do you know your history? Yeah. Do you know it? Do you know it? Oh yeah.
Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? Do you know it? Tell me, do you know it? History.
Now we going back. He done on my back for sure. When I let the truth go, we gon' let them know. My people on my back for sure. I hold them.
Hey, shalom, shalom. We are back. Welcome back to the show, y'all. You are now tuned into
Our Hidden History radio show.
Yeah, we had a long day, man. Got back late, so everybody's sound tired. This and that. Anyway, let's just get into it, man. So we're still dealing with the beginning stages of the Dark Ages, travels and settlements. The beginning stages of the Dark Ages, travels and settlements. This topic is a lot. It's very extensive, a lot more than I thought it would be. But it's fun putting it together. Some roadblocks along the way, but it's coming together slowly. So y'all gotta bear with us. Give me 1 Maccabees 8, verse 3, 1 to 3, because we left off last week with Hannibal's being conquered. Him running to Antiochus III to help aid him in conquering Rome, which pretty much was a major fail. And he ended up killing himself because Rome wanted him dead. So he said, I'm going to do you guys a favor and kill myself. Since this old man can't live his life without putting fear in you and you weak-hearted Romans, I'll just kill myself. How about that? And that's what he did. So once Rome conquered Hannibal and pretty much the Punic Empire, that's what they were, Rome was wealthy enough to become an empire. The wealth that they acquired from the conquest of Hannibal gave Rome the finances it needed to become an actual empire. So let's get 1 Maccabees 8, verse 1 to 3. Now, just to put you guys up to speed, during this time, 1 Maccabees 8, Japheth and Edom were ruling jointly together during this time of Rome. It wasn't Edom at this time. It was Japheth and Rome. And then once it got to Julius, Edom took over. So I'll say it again. When the Maccabean family made a treaty or an alliance with Rome, the Roman Republic, the old Roman Republic, it was Japheth run. And then Edom was there as well. And then once Julius Caesar took over, it was all Edom from there. All right? They pretty much got exiled, conquered off, and they ended up migrating themselves further west over to the Pacific Islands over time. You got it?
Yes, sir.
1 Maccabees 8 and 1.
1 Maccabees chapter 8 and verse 1. Now Judas had heard of the fame of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovingly accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a league of amity with all that came unto them.
Right, go ahead.
And that they were men of great valor.
So this is around 161 BC. This is around the time when Japheth is ruling it jointly with Edom. This is around 161 BC. Go ahead.
And that they were men of great valor. It was told them also of their wars and noble acts, which they had done among the Galatians, and how they had conquered them, and brought them under tribute.
Come on.
And when they had done and what they had done in the country of Spain, for the winning of the mines of the silver and gold which is there.
Right. So now, so then that goes down to the time in which Hannibal lost the mines. This is around 218 to 206 BC. All right. So pretty much they pretty much conquered Hannibal. They conquered Hannibal, and they gained possession of the mines in Spain, and that wealth made Rome wealthy enough to become an empire. Okay, nothing new. When a white man conquers our people, he gains wealth beyond his wildest dreams. He conquered the northern kingdom on the side of the world, became wealthy. He took the land of Israel, became wealthy. He conquered Africa, became wealthy. Nothing new. Okay, conquered Africa, conquered Israel, conquered us throughout the islands. Nothing new. So this is what happened. So that's the history of that. So they gained control of the mines. We went over that last week as well. So if you didn't watch it, because this goes into that. Now, get me History of the Jews by Hannah Adams. I want page 367 and 368, because remember, we also left off with Babylon overthrowing Judah. Babylon overthrew Judah, and Assyria conquered Ephraim, or northern kingdom, prior to that. All right? So we're going to read during the conquest of Judah, when Babylon came, when Nebuchadnezzar came and conquered Judah, we're going to read what some of us went. We were placed. Jump down to the bottom. The Spanish and Portuguese Jews, read that.
The Spanish and Portuguese Jews claim their descent from the tribe of Judah.
So the Spanish and Portuguese Jews claim their descent from the tribe of Judah. Read on.
And found these pretensions on a supposition which prevails among them.
And they figured this out based upon an understanding among all of them. Now, remember, the Spanish and Portuguese Jews, I brought to y'all attention weeks ago that the Portuguese and Spanish Jews were undeniably, irrefutably black. And they maintained the original ancient features of the original children of Israel. All right? They maintained that. And they also stayed married among themselves so that they didn't lose that. All right? And many of these Jews that were Spanish and Portuguese, when the Inquisition took place, they fled into Africa. All right? So it says that this supposition of them being Judah prevails among them. Read on.
That many of their ancestors removed,
go ahead, or
were sent into Spain.
Or they were sent into Spain by who?
At that time of the Babylonian captivity.
At the time of the Babylonian captivity, the southern kingdom were taken and settled in Spain. Okay? And so settled in Spain. So they knew that Babylon didn't take Ephraim to Spain. Babylon took Judah, southern kingdom, to Spain during the Babylonian exile. So the southern kingdom was placed in Spain through Babylonian exile. This goes back to travels and settlements. Spain was a settlement that was established by southern kingdom first and foremost in Spain. All right? Now, Spain first and foremost. Now, in northern kingdom was in Britain. Now, get me Obadiah verse 18 to 20. Because our people still live in these areas. They live in Italy. They're still in Spain. They're all over the place. They're definitely in Spain. Our people are, even to this day, are in Spain. I visited Spain once. I visited Madrid, Spain. But I think a lot of us are found in Barcelona and another part. I forgot what it's called in Spain. Another part of Spain where a lot of us are found. It's a high concentrated area where a lot of our so-called West African brothers and sisters reside in Spain. So this goes with that. Obadiah.
What verse can
Verse 18.
Obadiah, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
Right, go ahead.
And the house of Esau for stubble.
So for stubble, come on.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them.
With the word of God, come on.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
That's the end result of Esau being destroyed. Go ahead.
For the Lord hath spoken it.
Because God says so, meaning there's no salvation for these people. They are condemned throughout the entire Bible. There's no place in the Bible you read where Esau is promised any mercy or any kindness whatsoever in the Bible. Whatsoever. None. Go ahead.
And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau.
And once Esau is erased from existence, we will possess the lands he once had. We will possess their land. Go ahead.
And they of the plain, the Philistines.
Come on.
And they shall possess the fields of Ephraim.
We shall possess our lands again. Go ahead.
And the fields of Samaria.
Our lands again. Go ahead.
And Benjamin shall possess Gilead.
Benjamin will get Gilead. It'll be a little bit of a rearrangement of the tribes of land allotments. Go ahead.
And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel
And the captivity of the host of this children of Israel, come on,
shall possess that of the Canaanites.
Come on.
Even unto Zarephath. And the captivity of Jerusalem.
Watch.
Which is in Sepharad.
Sepharad is Spain. The captivity of our people found in Sepharad. Sepharad is Spain. Some say it's France. Some say most agree it's Spain. All right? So those of us who are living in Spain in the last days, or our people who are scattered in Spain, go ahead.
Shall possess the cities of the south.
We shall possess the cities of the south in our own land. Read on.
And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's.
Once Esau is judged, the kingdom will be ours. So, but the part I wanted was the children of Israel will come out of Sepharad. Sepharad is Spain. Now, get me Romans 15:24. Israel is always in Spain. We were always there. Paul wrote to us in Spain. Romans 15, verse 24.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 24. Whensoever I take my journey into Spain.
Into where?
Into Spain.
Paul said take his journey into Spain. Go ahead.
I will come to you.
I will come to you. When I get to Spain, I'll come to you. Go ahead.
For I trust to see you in my journey, and to be brought on my way thitherward by you, if first I be somewhat filled with your company.
I can't wait to see you guys when I get there. Verse 28.
Verse 28. When therefore I have performed this, and have sealed to them this fruit, I will come by you into Spain.
I will come by you to visit you guys in Spain. All right? So there was a congregation that Paul wrote to and visited in Spain. So Israel was in Spain. Paul was teaching them in Spain. The doctrine of Christ was in Spain. So that's how we know that down the line, the Middle Ages, they were persecuting us who believed in Christ, the black Messiah, during the Inquisition. Because Paul taught them over there, living over there in Spain. Okay? Now, get me... I never filled in that blank. Damn. What do I want? Give me War of the Jews. Page 191. War of the Jews, page 191, regarding the... you know what you can get me? Get me the Negro and the Jew. The Jew and the Negro, give me that. I fill in the blank with that. The Jew and the Negro, something like that by some woman. Forgot her name. I fill in the blank with that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the Negroes and the Jews, yes. Hold on. The Negroes and the Jews by who?
Lenora E. Burson.
All right. What page y'all want? Go to pages. Let me get those. Let me get all of those.
Yeah, 211.
210 to 2 what? 13. All right. Let's see what we got here. Go down. Go to the next page. You're right. 211 probably what it is. Load up. Okay. She's going into the history of the Israelites back in the 60s, I believe. Go down. This truth goes way back. This truth goes far back. You guys are a cult. You're new. We're not new. This knowledge has been known for a while, but it started in America. The knowledge of us being Israelites started in America because Judah's here. That's how we know. Go down. Let me see. Go down. Start from the.
Next page. The Negroes' claim to be Jewish is legitimate.
The Negroes' claim to be Jewish is legitimate. Our claim of being Israelites is legitimate. Go ahead.
The land of Israel is located in Western Asia and borders on North Africa.
Because it is North Africa. It is part of North Africa. Egypt and Israel is the same landmass. Okay? And then they put that stupid-ass Suez Canal and try to cause confusion. Middle East. There is no Middle East. There's no Middle North. There's no Middle South. There's no Middle West. There's no Middle East either. That's a new term. That's a new term. So Israel's found located in between Western Asia and the borders on North Africa. Come on.
All of the native inhabitants of that region were non-white.
Black. That's what that means. Go ahead.
When Spain expelled its Jews.
When Spain, during the Inquisition, regarding the Spanish and Portuguese Jews you read about earlier that were placed there during Babylonian time, when they expelled those Jews who had been there for thousands of years. Sound familiar? Now, I don't support the Ishmaelites being in the land of Israel because they're colonizers too. But they were there. And Israel came through and just started destroying them. But I don't feel mercy for either one. I don't care. I'm neutral. I don't care for either side. Whoever the best man bomb each other. Read that. When Spain expelled.
When Spain expelled its Jews in 1492.
Come on.
Many of them went to Africa.
When Spain expelled the Jews during the expulsion in 1492, many of them, the Spanish and Portuguese Jews that were black, fled into Africa. Come on.
It seems probable that some of them were brought later to America as slaves.
It's not probable. It's a fact. They were brought to America in slavery, in slave ships. Go ahead.
The spirituals never sing of African rivers.
When we sang Negro spirituals, We didn't sing about African rivers. Go ahead.
It's always the Jordan or the Red Sea.
We sang about the Jordan or the Red Sea in our Negro spirituals. Go ahead.
They don't sing about African chiefs or kings.
We don't sing about King Tut. We don't sing about Amo, Emo, Umbino Tap, Moses. It was about who?
It's David or Moses or some other Jewish characters from the
Like
Bible.
Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. Not Swing Low, Sweet Pharaoh. It was Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, come forth to carry me home. That's Negro spirituals. And Negro spirituals are not just Negro. They were Native American and Negro spirituals. So just so you understand, a lot of these Negro spirituals were sung by Native Americans too. Because they were classified as Negroes when they lost their land. For you foundational Negroes out there watching. You know? Just going to put that out there for you. Many of these Negro spirituals are sung by Native and Negroes, Native and African Americans alike. Because they're the same exact people. Let me go down. Go to page, let me see what I have here. Go to 213. What else I have here? Let me see it. That's all I want. Anything else? Wait. Let me see something. That's all I want. I'll take it somewhere else.
Hey, Deke, I got 2 pages from volume 3 of History of the Jews.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Going back to when we was in Spain. So Deke related us being in Spain during the Babylonian captivity. All right, we was taken to Spain, but also during 70 A.D. After 70 A.D., we was also taken to Spain as well. A second wave of us. Read that.
When Judaism had come to a standstill in the East,
Go down, the victims of the unhappy insurrections.
the victims of the unhappy insurrections under Vespasian, Titus, and Hadrian were also dispersed to the extreme west, and an exaggerated account relates to 80,000 of them that were carried off to Spain as prisoners.
Wow.
Right. So after 70 A.D., 70 A.D. and Hadrian was doing 117.
Yep.
Which is the carbo.
Oh, the car. Yeah, it's about the
Right. That insurrection that happened. 117.
the Koba revolt.
The Koba, yes.
Bar Koba revolt.
Bar Koba. There it is. Bar Koba revolt. Go ahead.
They probably did not remain long in slavery. The sympathy of their free brethren undoubtedly hastened to ransom them, and thus
The
fulfill
free brethren was those that was there
Yeah, earlier.
Earlier.
We bought them. We bought them out of it.
Right.
thus fulfill the most important of the duties prescribed by Talmudical Judaism to its adherents. How numerously the Jews had settled in some parts of Spain is shown by the names which they conferred upon these localities.
Right. So we always placed our names on wherever we settled, put our foot. Whatever land we landed our foot on, we named that after us.
And that said Talmud because we brought that we brought that Babylonian doctrine along with us when we came out of Babylonian captivity. We brought to Spain. Yeah.
The city of Granada was called the city of the Jews in former times.
Wow.
On account of its being entirely inhabited by them. The same name was also borne by the ancient town of Tarragona before its conquest by the Arabs. In Cordova, there existed a Jewish gateway of ancient date, and near Saragossa, there was a fortress which at the time of the Arabs was called Ruta al-Jahud.
Go to the next page.
Judah, Jahud.
Pride of ancestry. You start there.
Pride of ancestry was a characteristic of
Which
was a characteristic of the Jews of this country, as of the other Spaniards, was not content with the fact that the Jewish colony in Spain had possessed the right of citizenship long before the Visigoths and other Germanic tribes had set their tyrannous iron foot in the land.
Right.
But
that's going back to what Deacon was just bringing up
Edom
about.
came after.
Right. It was
Edom,
always there.
the Visigoths and Germanic tribes is Edomites. The Visigoths and Vandals. That's the Germanic tribe. That's Edom that came through later on and took over Spain. The Visigoths and Vandals were Edomites. Somebody vandalizes your property, that's the term comes from. Vandals. Esau were called Vandals or vandalizers. They steal lands and people.
Damn.
Vandals. Visigoths and Vandals, and they intermingled. They became one pretty much between Visigoths and Vandals, especially in Spain. Now, Those are Germanic tribes. Those are all, I'm going to show you that also, how these Visigoths and Vandals, Germanic tribes, are branch-offs or break-offs from the Roman Empire, Edomite Rome, and mixtures of Jake in there as well. Get me War of the Jews now. War of the Jews, I want page 191. We're going back, so we touched on Southern Kingdom, we're going to go back to Northern and Southern Kingdom together, hopefully. I believe that's what it's going into, both. Start from 191, let me see it, let me go down. Start from for centuries Jews.
For centuries, Jews have been living at peace with the Semitic Negroid Berbers, or Hamitic Berbers.
So you had, for centuries, Jews have been living at peace with Semitic Negroid Berbers because the Negroid Berbers were Jews. The Semitic, you had Semitic Berbers and you had Hamitic Berbers. Okay, Berber goes back to a place called Barbary states, Mauritania, Morocco, Northwest Africa. The Romans referred to that place, that area, as Barbary states because they didn't speak Greek or Latin, so they called them barbarians or Barbary states. That was Northwest Africa. Okay, so for centuries, Jews have been living at peace with the Semitic Negroid. That means it's not Arabs here. That's why it says Negroid here, because Arabs are called Berbers today. They're not. Those are not the real Berbers. The real Berbers is us. That's why he has Semitic Negroid. That proves that Negroes are Semitic. It also proves that Negroes are Semitic. Semitic Negroid Berbers. Not Arab. Negroid. Semitic Negroid Berbers who reside in that area, and the Jews were at peace, and the Nilotes, the Hamitic Berbers that were there earlier on, before we were there. Remember, Joshua conquered Ham and pushed them into these areas here. So these are Hamite Berbers. Canaanites, Girgashites, Hivites, that's Hamitic Berbers. Tuaregs, that's Hamitic Berbers. Hutus, that's Hamitic, well, that's not Berbers, but those are Hamites too. Yes, Abaddon? Hutus?
Some of them have mixed with the.
Yeah, but for the most part.
Most of the part they're Hamites.
Yes. So read on.
In lands we call Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia.
That's Barbary states. Tunisia is a northern tip of Africa. Algeria is the northwestern, and Morocco, same thing. Morocco, same place. Or Mauritania is the same area. Go ahead.
After 1000 BCE,
around David's time, Solomon's time, go ahead.
The Barbary coast was settled by Phoenicians from Lebanon.
It was settled by Phoenicians, or Solomon's time, really. The Barbary coast was settled by Phoenicians from Lebanon. Phoenicians were Israelites. We settled there. We settled in these areas around Solomon's time. Come on.
A Canaanite Semitic people who spoke a dialect akin to Hebrew.
Because we were Hebrew. They were Israelites. They were Hebrews. Go ahead.
Their city-states of Utica and Carthage.
Carthage, that's Hannibal. These are Hannibal's ancestors. These are Hannibal's ancestors. Semitic Negroid Berbers are Phoenicians and Jews. They're all the same. All right? They spoke Hebrew. Utica is is still the top part of Africa. Go ahead.
Utica and Carthage, Hadesh or New City.
Right, which is originally established by Dido, the Canaanite princess. Go ahead.
Were ruled by a Suffet.
Shephet goes back to Judges. Going back, remember Hannibal read that last week about he became a Suffet later on. Go ahead.
Akin to the Israelite Shephet or Judge.
That's how we know that these Phoenicians were Israelites. They used Israelite titles. Shephets or judges. The book of Judges is the book of Shephet. Okay, or Shephetim or Shephetim. All right? Shephetayim, Ayim, whatever. So these are judges. The Phoenicians were Israelites or Semitic Negroid Berbers or Jews, whatever. Read on. Well, not Jews, but, Israelites. Go ahead. Because Jews is Judah. Go ahead.
The Phoenician or Punic people spread into Libya.
Because that's where Hannibal's family hailed from. They took over. They had Libya unlocked all the way across the whole top half of Africa was ours. From Libya, the northeast to the northwest, that whole area to Spain, that was all ours. All of it. All right? That whole area was ours. From Tripoli today, right, exactly. That's Tunis, Carthage, Tripoli, Utica. That whole top half was our land, all of it. And the bottom half was Negro land, or Igbo land. That was ours too. We had the top and bottom. Arabs came through. Islam, I say Islam because Jake was in that. Islam came through and just took over everything. All right? And it fell into the hands of the Arabs later on. Read that.
The Phoenician or Punic people spread into Libya, Malta, southern Spain,
We always take the south. Southern Spain,
southern France.
we always take the south. Southern France, remember, even in America, we fled from the south of slavery to flee where? To the north. We always take, for some reason, Israel, it has a thing, we have an affinity with the south. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I can't explain it. But we always have an affinity with fleeing southward.
Especially Southern Kingdom.
Right, Southern Kingdom especially. Southern Kingdom especially. So now it says Southern Spain, Southern France, Southern Sicily, that's Italy, that's Southern Italy. All right, and you have Sardinia, Corsica. Come on.
As prolific seamen, Phoenician and Carthaginian sailors
Same people. Phoenician and Carthaginian are the same. These are Israelites, as mentioned in the page prior. Okay, go ahead.
circumnavigated Africa.
It says circumnavigate means we sailed all around Africa, all around it. Whether the Mediterranean part of Africa, the top half of it, or the Atlantic Ocean part of it, or the Pacific Ocean part of it. We sailed all around it. Go ahead.
And traveled as far as Ireland.
Whoa. We traveled as far as where?
As Ireland.
We traveled as far as Ireland. Lucky Charms. Ireland. We traveled as far as Ireland. And we settled there. Go ahead.
And perhaps the Americas.
Yeah, perhaps the Americas. Why? Because the author knows that the Native Americans are Israelites, or are Phoenicians, or are Carthaginians. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you.
That's right.
Read on.
When Rome conquered Carthage.
And they gained control of the mines in 1 Maccabees 8:3. When they conquered Carthage, go ahead.
Many of her citizens claimed to be Jews.
Many of the citizens of Carthage claimed to be Jews. Go ahead.
And therefore allies of the Romans.
Because at one point in time, we were allies. Go ahead.
Many of the Berber peoples took on the Jewish faith.
Because they were Israelites. They were pagan at first and started to follow their laws again. Go ahead.
As they came in contact with the Jewish refugees fleeing Trajan's war. And
Fleeing whose war?
Trajan's war.
Fleeing from Roman persecution. That was another emperor, or Caesar. Caesar. Well, same thing. Caesar, same thing. Trajan, emperor, or Caesar Trajan. Go ahead.
And later persecution by Christian Rome.
Christian Rome was evil, wealthy Roman niggas. Constantine, I'm going to prove he was black too. Some of y'all, he's white. The Council of Nicaea. I'm going to destroy that. I'm going to take my time with the Council of Nicaea. Take my time. I'm going to be real thorough with that. I got a whole page just for the Council of Nicaea. Because y'all Negroes love the Council of Nicaea. The Bible was made by the Council of Nicaea. Christ is made by the Council of Nicaea. Negroes love to talk about the Council of Nicaea, men and women. And y'all follow the Billy Carson route. Just talk about things and no evidence. You cite no sources, you just talk, no evidence. I'm gonna help y'all. I'm gonna help y'all in the long run though. So it says here, Christian Rome was the Israelites that took over Rome and became the emperors over it and took on Roman ideology. All right, read on.
The Jews who had fled to the Atlas Mountains and the Sahara moved further west and south as Roman coastal cities like Carthage and Hippo became Christian.
So when Rome gained dominion over North Africa, we fled southward and westward. We ended up in Nigeria. We ended up in Mauritania. We ended up in Ghana. We ended up in Sierra Leone, Liberia. We ended up in Mozambique. We ended up in Cape Good Hope. We ended up in all those areas. What's it called? Place called Kenya, Uganda, Burkina Faso. We were all abundantly in these lands.
Cape Verde.
Thank you. Cape Verde, Canary Islands. We were all over the place, huh?
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas, exactly. St. Thomas as well. Go ahead.
During the Visigothic persecutions in Spain.
During the Inquisition, the Visigothic, not even that, even before that. During the Visigothic or Edomite persecutions in Spain against our people. Go ahead.
More Jews immigrated to North Africa.
They fled, the last book, the Jews and the Negroes. We fled into Africa. And it is abundantly clear that those same Jews that fled into Africa ended up as slaves in America. And same Negro spirituals, not based upon no African rivers, not based upon the Jordan, Red Sea, David, and Moses. Same people. Go ahead.
Immigrated to North Africa where they influenced and converted more Berber tribesmen.
Their own kind. Go ahead.
At the time of Queen Kahena, 8 Berber tribes professed the Jewish faith and fought under the command of this remarkable Jewish queen.
She was an Israelite woman. Kahena means priest. Kahena is the Israelite name. It's Cohen, priest. That was her name. That's an Aaronic or Aaron's descendants. She was Levi. That's what she was. A prophetess. Go ahead.
The full name of this princess and prophetess
It's going to prove it. Watch.
of the Atlas Mountains was Kahena,
Priestess.
Dahiyan,
Dahayan.
Ibn Than.
Yeah, bit, tap, I'll read it.
Oh, I
It says
thought you-
Kahena, Dahayan, bint, as in daughter of Tabitha Ibn Than. So she's priest Dahaya, daughter of Tabitha, son of Than. That's the Israelite name. That's who she was. Read on.
She had the charisma and wisdom to lead both her own people and the fierce Barbary mountaineers and desert brigands.
To fight against the Arabs who were trying to take over. Go ahead. Fighting against Islam. Go ahead.
But it was the Arab threat
Ishmaelite threat. Go ahead.
that threw the various tribes of Africa Minor into a cohesive fighting unit.
She joined forces to fight against ward off the Ishmaelites taking over what they have in possession now. The whole top half of Africa, Ishmael has now in possession. But we had it first. Read on, and we're going to get it again. Go ahead.
The vast armies of Arab invaders have rampaged across Persia, Afghanistan, and northern India to the east, and Egypt and Libya to the west.
Islam took over all of that. They were moving, they were conquering forward. If it wasn't Rome, if it wasn't Romanization, it was Islamization. One or the other being a problem for us. Go ahead.
The march of Islam had barely missed a step when in 694, the Arab forces drove into Africa Minor, expecting an easy sweep.
Those gonna be easy. Go ahead, like the other nations they conquered. Go ahead.
The Muslims met fierce resistance in Barbary.
In Barbary, and the Semitic Negro Berbers were not having it. Go ahead.
Commander Uqba, who had at one point broken through all the way to the Atlantic Ocean, was killed in a Berber ambush.
Yep. Go ahead.
His armies were pushed back in retreat to Karwan, the new Muslim base in central Tunisia. The arrogant Uqba had tried to intimidate the proud Berbers with force instead of patiently trying to convert them to Islam with face-saving diplomacy. Returning the Arab hostility, the Berber tribes rallied around Kahena Dahayan and crowned her queen of the Berbers. The pagan tribes of the Aurus Mountains
Watch this.
joined their Judeo-Berber brethren.
Their Judeo-Berber brethren is the same as the Semitic Negroid Berbers. It's the same people. Different titles. Brethren, when their own king, watch this.
When their own king Kosila was killed by the Arabs.
So they had a king, but he was killed by the Arabs, so she took his place because she was the leader of prophetess. Now watch this.
Lions of Africa and Judah.
What did she say?
Lions of Africa and Judah.
She said lions of Africa and Judah.
That's right.
That's what she said. Go ahead.
The queen would shout to her troops, show these Arabs that we will never be enslaved by Islam.
We did not accept Islam right away.
This is war.
We fought against it. It was not our God. That was their own doctrine, their own God, their own ideology. We were not accepting it. Judaism had been in Africa 1,500 years prior to Islam. Now it's completely taken over Africa now. All right? Read on. You got something, Jess? Go ahead.
Our beloved Africa will remain free. Let our slogan be the cry of the zealots of old. Freedom or death.
That's the same thing that the Levi said in Haiti when they fought against the French. Jean-Jacques Dessalines said the exact same thing. Freedom or death. That's how you know she's Levi. That's how you know.
Right.
That spirit don't leave. Those are the exact same words of the French of the Levite rebellion against the French. They said the exact same thing in Creole. Freedom or death. I don't know how you say it in French. How you say it in French? Where you at over there? How you say it in French?
Why'd you die?
Huh?
Mighty.
Where's Sai
Lions of
at?
Judah.
Where's Sai at? Come over here, man. Say it on the mic so everybody can hear it. How you say it?
Oh gosh.
Prince of Judah.
Don't say Judah either. I know it ain't Judah. Come on, bro. Say it. Go ahead. Freedom or death. What does Jean-Jacques say? What does Jean-Jacques say? Jean-Jacques Dessalines say regarding the French regarding slavery? He said something about no freedom or death, right?
Yes, sir.
What did he say?
So freedom of death is
Freedom or death.
freedom or death is liberté ou la mort.
Right. There you go.
Liberté ou la mort.
That's what
More.
Yeah, that's what Jean-Jacques Dessalines said to the French when he was whipping their ass over there and killing them.
All praises.
All
Good
praises,
job,
yes.
Of Judah.
Toussaint of Judah.
Liberté ou la mort.
Mort of Judah. Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and Queen Kahena. Same thing. Read on.
The Oris Mountain Berbers retain legends of her bravery.
Yep.
She was said to have been born to a poor Jewish family of cave dwellers.
She was born to a what family?
Poor Jewish family.
She was an Israelite. This is an Israelite woman of a poor family living in the mountains. Go ahead.
A chieftain of a Judeo-Berber tribe terrorized her Oris Mountain settlement and demanded Kahena as a wife. When she
That was us being niggas to each other. Go ahead.
When she rejected him, he slaughtered people of her village.
Damn.
She then gave herself to him, but, like the biblical heroine, slew him with a nail to the skull on the wedding night.
You know where she got that from?
Yep.
That's in the Bible.
J.I.
Hey, get that real quick. Show what you got that from. That's how you know she was Jake. She said, she was reading the Bible. I know what to do to this dude. I'm gonna let him have it. Then I'm gonna kill this dude as soon as he's finished. Read that.
Judges chapter 4 and verse 20.
See what you got that from.
Again he said unto her, Stand in the door of the tent, and it shall be, when any man doth come and inquire of thee, and say, Is there any man here? That thou shalt say, No.
There's no one here. I'm gonna hide here in this tent with you. If someone come trying to find me, I ain't here. Go ahead.
Then Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent, and took an hammer in her hand, and went softly unto him, and smote the nail into his temples, and fastened it unto the ground.
Damn.
For he was fast asleep and weary, so he died.
Damn. She went till he was asleep. That nail was big as hell. And threw his skull to the ground. That dude was a human tent. That dude went to a tabernacle, bro.
Oh, shoot.
She pitched the tent in his skull, bro. That's crazy, bro. So this sister took the same example of, what's her name again?
Jael.
Jael. She wasn't Jake, but she still learned. She read this book here and said, oh, yeah, I got something for him. All right, read on.
Queen Kahena's skills would be tested in the second Arab assault on the region.
Well, it says someone with a nail to the skull on the wedding night. That's how you know he was asleep. He did his thing, and she said, okay, you good? You got it? You good? You relieve yourself? I got something for you. I'm going to nail you too.
They pecked each other.
Yeah.
What happened?
Queen Kahena's skills.
Queen Kahena's
Thank you.
skills would
Speak
be
that, please.
tested in the second Arab assault on the region. The new Arab commander
What just happened? I'm sorry. Yo, I don't know what's going on with Officer King, man. Read that, please.
The
Come
new Arab commander Hassan had come west with 40,000 horsemen, having taken Carthage from the Byzantine Greeks. Kahena advanced behind Hassan's army and took the city of Bajia from its Byzantine garrison. She roused the local Christian population to join her pagans and Judeo-Berbers.
Because you had some who were keeping the laws of God and some that were not, but they would still have one common enemy, regardless. Go ahead.
And resisting the Islamic invaders.
Come on.
The advancing Arab army laid siege to Bajia, while Kahena and her army streamed out of the city by secret passageways. The Berbers circled around to meet the enemy from behind the rocks at Wadini.
Just jump down. Go down to 1,000 Berber lances clashed with slashing.
1,000 Berber lances clashed with slashing Arab scimitars.
So now we're at war now. They're fighting now. Go ahead.
As the impassioned Judeo-Berbers threw themselves at the fanatic Muslim Ishmaelites.
The fanatic what?
Muslim Ishmaelites.
The fanatic. Crazy religious nutcases.
Wow, man.
Muslim Ishmaelites. This is a war between Jacob and Ishmael.
This is war.
That's what this is. We knew who they were. They were always our enemy. That's why I said before, when it comes to the war between Israel and Palestine, I am thoroughly neutral. They're the best bomb win. Ishmael, get your shit together. Get yourself together. Get together. Get your brothers around you. Y'all go to Iran. Get your bombs. Do your thing, man. Do your thing, man. The best man win. I'm telling you. What's being done to y'all by Israel, y'all did to us in Africa. That's why I feel no way about it. I feel no ways about either side. I'm for both of y'all, actually. I want both of y'all to win. I want Israel to win, and I want Ishmael to win. I want both of y'all to win together. Just drop bombs on each other. That's what I want to happen. Lord's will. Read that.
The Arabs were completely routed. The main body of the army retreated as far as Gabes, while stragglers were driven into the wilderness.
Come on.
Where they perished.
Come on.
The triumphant Kahena proceeded to liberate Carthage. The local Christians and Jews who were from Phoenician rather than Berber stock.
Whoa, wait. The local Christians and Jews who were from Phoenician rather than Berber stock. What's that mean? That means that Solomon had Judah selling with Northern Kingdom on the boats, and that's the Phoenicians, rather than Berber, meaning the ones who were already there. So it says the local Christians and Jews who were from Phoenician rather than Berber stock. So Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom were pretty much together at this point in this land together. That's what it's saying here. Read on.
Hailed the queen as their deliverer.
Go ahead.
The Jews of Carthage had suffered under heavy Roman taxation and restrictions and were facing no less harsh a rule under the Muslims. The queen's army swept through North African regions like
Tripolitania
and Cyrenaica.
That's Libya, Greek Libya. Go ahead.
Cleansing the continent of Byzantine and Arab interlopers.
Why we were trying to get rid of all the Christianity and Islam as we could. Go ahead.
The Jewish hill settlements of the region rushed to aid and swell the numbers of Queen Kahena's forces.
That was our people. Go ahead.
The coastal towns of Libya all hailed their Judeo-Berber liberator from the Western Hill country, and the Bishop of Bulgaria had flowers thrown in her path.
Damn, that was Jake too. Go ahead.
For 5 years, it appeared as if indigenous elements, pagans and Christians held together by Jews, would keep North Africa free of foreign domination. But the wily Arab commander Hassan...
Now, these Christians here is the ones who actually followed the Bible here, not those pagan ones. Remember, they were trying to keep Byzantine Christianity out of there. So these Christians here are the ones that Paul dealt with, the ones that left from Spain and moved into Africa. That's them there, the Christians. Are following Christ here. Go ahead.
But the wily Arab commander Hassan ibn Numan returned with 60,000 troops committed to reach the Atlantic and claim the entire region for Allah.
Yep.
Hassan came with an equally superior diplomatic offensive. He sent emissaries to the coastal Christians, inviting them to betray Queen Kahena and her Jewish forces.
He tried to turn us, Ishmael plays on our division. The nations play on our division. Go ahead, watch.
Similar to the way modern Arab diplomacy has driven natural allies like Black Africa and Japan away from Israel.
Come on.
Hassan alienated the Queen's Christian allies by playing upon their latent fear and hostility toward Jews.
Wow. Go ahead.
Backing up the promised carrot of tolerance with the weighty stick of Islamic military might, Hassan successfully separated the Christians from the Judeo-Berbers.
Oh, God. He successfully turned us against each other. Come on.
To the Judeo-Berbers themselves, Hassan came with a different message. Playing upon the Jewish concern for their co-religionists, he promised them an opportunity to rescue Spanish Jews and Marranos, forcibly converted Jews who secretly maintained Jewish beliefs and rituals
To be fled from Spain. Go ahead.
from the Visigothic kingdom's recent enslavement.
Come on.
The Berbers had little interest in fighting for Jews in Spain, but Hassan caught their ear with the promise of rich spoils from an Iberian conquest.
Money. Wow. Money. What page is this? 194. Come on.
Hassan's seductive offer was actually first proposed by the Spanish Jews themselves. It was they who requested that the
Wow, man.
Arabs and the forces of Queen Kahena joined to conquer the Iberian Peninsula. The Spanish Jews were desperate for help in light of harsh new decrees that appropriated all their property, forbade them from all navigation and trade with Africa,
See, we sell too. Go ahead.
prohibited all business with Christians and required all converted Jews to eat non-kosher food in the presence of supervising
We
clergy.
Catholic Church. Try to make us eat unclean foods while the Catholic people watch us. Go ahead.
Distracted by all the signals of alliance,
Autonomy.
and booty sharing thrown their way,
Money.
the pagan and Judeo-Berber tribes did not successfully mobilize for war.
So she ended up getting killed. She ended up being killed. I'm not pushing feminism here. When you read, our brothers were too fond of a woman ruling over us in the first place. That's why she got overthrown. And she also, well, it's a lot. I don't want to take it somewhere else. But the point is that the Negro Berbers, I went too far, but the Negro Berbers, the Jews, the Phoenicians, those are all Israelites. The Phoenicians are all the same. Okay? So she ended up being killed because the Most High wasn't going to have that where women rule over us. Give me numbers real quick. Numbers. The Most High rules, men rule. You know, Numbers 27 and 16, I think it is. Numbers 27 and 16.
Yep.
This is why she could not be successful completely. There was a temporary success.
Numbers chapter 27 and verse 16. Let the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, set a man over the congregation.
Set a what?
Set a man over the congregation.
Sorry, sisters. God says set a man over the congregation. So that was also a weakness also. When they saw that she was queen over them, they didn't like that. You know, because the men knew, according to the law, man had to be over them. So that played also a part in her being killed and overthrown. And the Arabs taking over what we call today the whole part of Africa, and we are in the sub-part today. All right? So now, get me fossilized customs. You know I want page 216 regarding the Phoenicians, because we read earlier where it said that perhaps the Phoenicians or Carthaginians came to the Americas. Remember that? Because I didn't. Yep, start right there. Blow it up. This is page 216, fossilized customs. This is what's called the Los Lunas Covenant Stone that's found in North America near Rio Grande. The photograph at the bottom, go down to the bottom. You got these bastards on top. Kill with them. That stone right there, go out there. Go up. That stone right there is found in Rio Grande. All right? It's written in Paleo-Hebrew. You don't know, it's a mystery. We think aliens did it. Aliens wrote Hebrew on the rock.
Yeah, they always throw that out.
Whenever Negroes or Native Americans do something that they can't explain, aliens did it or the CIA did it. Go up. Let's see who wrote this. Read that, the photograph.
The photograph at the bottom of this page shows the 10 Commandments written in the primary Paleo-Hebrew
In
script.
the oldest Hebrew script it's found in. Go ahead.
Written on a large stone found in the 1800s at Los Lunas.
Where? Los Lunas where?
New Mexico.
New Mexico. Because those Mexicans you Negroes don't like are our brothers. I don't care what you Negroes think, what you say, what you feel.
Right.
The Aztecs were our brothers. Those are our Israelite brothers. Texas is theirs. Cali is theirs. Vegas is theirs. Nevada is theirs. It's theirs. And somehow they're illegal. Make it make sense. Yeah, so they found this ancient Paleo-Hebrew written on a stone in Mexico. Read on.
Near the Rio Grande.
Come on.
This stone carving could be 3,000 years old.
Okay, go ahead. Watch. Going to tell you how long that is. Go ahead.
And it contains the name Yahuwah.
It contains the name Yahuwah, the Lord's name, Lord's title. Yahweh, Yahuwah. Go ahead.
It was written in obedience to Deuteronomy 6, as we are, write them on our doorposts and on our gates. This stone was at the entrance to an ancient colony or settlement
Of who?
Of Israelites.
Of who?
Of Israelites.
That did what?
That had navigated up the Rio Grande.
Oh. You had Israelites that navigated through there and put that in the stone. Did they live there? Where are they now? I don't know. Probably killed off. Go ahead.
The style of the letter Yod used on the stone indicates that the Israelites
Of
the northern 10 tribes, Samaritans,
Well, where?
were in North America.
Ah, now we know who was over here, according to the Bible. They're the Americans, all the Israelites. Northern Kingdom is over here that wrote that on the stone, not aliens. Read on.
It could have been inscribed on the stone as early as the 9th century BCE.
During whose time?
During the reign of King Shlomo, Solomon.
Oh, that's when they got over here originally. We sailed here. We sailed. We circumnavigated all of Africa. You don't think we sailed over here? We were over here. Go ahead.
Or as late as 146 BCE.
Watch.
When the Carthaginians, Israelites, were conquered by Rome.
And we sailed over here again during that time. So Solomon's time, Persian time, Rome. Waves came over here. Waves of us. Northern Kingdom Israel came over here. Go ahead.
Many diasporas occurred.
Many diasporas based upon many conquests of us. Go ahead.
But we now know that Israel was mostly a sea empire.
Because we bordered the Mediterranean Sea. We were a sea empire. Watch.
And they were called Phoenicians by the Greeks.
The Israelites were called Phoenicians by the Greeks. The Israelites were called Phoenicians by the Greeks. Not many scholars understand that. A lot of them say, oh, the Phoenicians were Canaanites. No, they were not. They were us. That was us.
Right.
The Sidonians were Canaanites. The Phoenicians was us that resided in the same landmass. Read on.
Yes, the Phoenicians were Israelites.
There you go. Let's get you to understand. He's saying it again. Yes, the Phoenicians were Israelites. Go ahead.
They didn't call themselves Phoenicians.
We didn't call ourselves Phoenicians. Go ahead.
Herodotus, 5th century BCE, called them that.
Herodotus, the father of history, called us that. Go ahead.
The Israelites traveled the oceans of the world as they mined tin, copper, gold, and iron.
From where? From Britain? From Ireland? From India? From Africa? From the Americas? Go ahead.
Did you know that the distance from the western coast of Africa to South America is less than the width of the Mediterranean Sea?
Stop right there. We had a question again?
Did you know that the distance from the western coast of Africa to South America...
The distance from the west coast of Africa to America. Because remember, the winds flow westward. If you just let the boat take it, if you let the boat take itself, it'll sail automatically to this side of the world. All the waters from West Africa flow westward. So if you're caught in the storm, you lose, whatever they call that thing, you can't steer, and the wind takes you, it will take you to America automatically. So the distance between West Africa and America, watch this.
Did you know that the distance from the western coast of Africa to South America is less than the width of the Mediterranean Sea?
Why is he saying that? Because from Africa to Europe is more. It says it's what? It says it's less. It's wider. So Israel sailed from the Mediterranean Sea to Europe. It's a narrower, a wider path. So what he's saying is that sailing from Africa to America is nothing.
Right. Don't take no time.
It don't take that much time because Israel already bordered the Mediterranean Sea. So sailing the Atlantic is nothing. The Mediterranean Sea is more wider than West Africa and the Atlantic in America. So sailing that to them was like, this is nothing. It was shorter. Read on. Watch.
Columbus didn't discover the Americas.
He did not.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Israelites were already living here.
Israelites were already living here. For you FBAs out there, foundational. We're reading a foundation right here. Read on.
And many... Come on, guys.
What just happened?
Come on, y'all.
Come on.
And many became what are now referred to...
No, read from the top. They just threw the spirit off. Read Columbus again.
Columbus didn't discover the Americas.
Columbus did not discover the Americas. Watch.
Israelites were already living here.
We're already living here. Watch.
And many became what are now referred to as
Native Americans. Now they're about to drop the bomb. All right? So now, we got a text now. We're going to be on break. Damn, I'm flowing too much. 2:30, we're going to go on break. What's the text? After the text, we'll go on break.
Zoom in. Says, Shalom Deacon, I have a question. What would the Berbers of Northern Africa, but are white looking? I don't know what that
Those are Arabs.
But
Today, those are Arabs today. Those are white Arabs today. Those are Turks today. Let me see it. Load up again. What does it say?
Yeah,
Read
it
again.
says, Shalom Deacon, I have a question. What would the Berbers of Northern Africa be, I guess?
Today?
But are white looking and claim to be Jews called? Would they still be our people, or would they be Edomites? Also, would the native people of Belize be considered Phoenicians?
Yeah, they got like 3 questions.
Yeah, I'm very confused by that.
I'm
You have to summarize. You have to rephrase that.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't understand what that is. I'm sorry. Just retype it again a bit better so I can understand it. So text us again with a more detailed explanation of your question.
Yeah, split the questions
Yeah,
up.
split the question up. Split it up because it's too long It's too long running.
I have some pages from a book that's in Spanish. I had just gotten translated.
Okay, all
That
praises.
backs up what we were just reading just now.
All right, all praise. So we'll be back after the break. We got some more for y'all. We'll be back after the break, so stay tuned. We will be right back.
Israel was in Christ. Bless. Guess what? The hammer is back in the building. Guess what? TGIF, we back in the group, baby, with a brand new show. Right after Passover that they're gonna roll back in. Come on, man. You better act like you know.
I am honored to be joined again with my angel.
Yeah, more than a man, I'm a guy.
And cherisheth it.
And you cherish the marriage. Come on.
Even as the Lord, the church.
Even as the Lord did us.
Hey, Shalom Israel, it's Captain OC, and believe it or not, we were going to have the land blitz tomorrow originally, but the Spirit of Grace came upon the bishops and deacons, and it has been moved to April 20th. Now, we do appreciate you that have made your donations, you sent in your checks, you sent in your money orders, you already done your pledge. We appreciate you. But those that have not either made your pledge or sent in your donation, you can still do so. IUIC.nationhood@israelunite.org. And remember, y'all, we blitzing for the land. It is not over. We are still blitzing for the land. We are looking for land blitz business sponsors during our Land Blitz fundraiser. You want to showcase your business and highlight your business during the biggest event of the year? Now is the time to do it. Send us an email at social.media@israelunite.org. Shalom.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, y'all see where we at? We on the set of Israel Live Top 5 Countdown. Hey, if you missed the show, you tripping. You out the spirit. Think.
That's it, man.
How they gonna miss the show, D?
That thing was so hot tonight. Guess what, man? I could not stop sweating.
No, for real.
Cap was sweating like crazy, man. Like, yo, let me get some napkin, maybe to wrap it up. Well, guess what? Since you didn't have time to see it, but we was sweating, man. Nervous, heavy thing. But that thing come out dope.
Yeah, at the end result, it was all worth it. Yeah, we had some bumps and bruises. It is what it is. Hey, make sure y'all tune in every Monday at 9 p.m. Hey, this is the next big thing in Israel. We're doing it for the people. All right, remember, adults, children, everybody can tune in every Monday at 9 p.m. and meet us.
Yeah, guess what, Cap? It's only half hour. You gotta tune in, bro.
It's only a half hour. You ain't got nothing else to do.
Come on, man.
All right, make sure you there, Israel. All right? With that, we say shalom.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High Christ bless, Officer Yohanan. So we're day 2 out here in Reynosa. We're teaching right in front of the Catholic Church. Of course, we're having a little bit of people watching. We have one brother come to the camp trying to threaten us. We're not going to be afraid, like the scriptures say. If God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a sound mind, and we're going to teach. We're going to teach the word of God. We're going to teach the truth. We're going to teach Christ is black according to the Bible. And we're going to bring out this glorious gospel to our people.
Pablo de Dios. Tú no eres amigo de Dios. Tú no eres amigo de Dios.
Vosotros sois mis amigos si hacéis lo que yo os mando. Y cuando ores, no seas como los hipócritas, porque ellos aman el orar en pie en las sinagogas y en las esquinas. En las esquinas. En las esquinas.
¡Hipócritas! Les bendice el Señor. Ellos no leen la Biblia.
manera clara y firme. Unas palabras que ellos están firmes en la fe para que la gente entienda lo que realmente es la verdad de Cristo.
Shalom, Israel. Hey, I'm Most High Christ blessed. Hey, Officer David here, Tallahassee.
I ain't finna back down. I'm in the trenches with a war at. Looking for it. I ain't finna back down. I'm in the gutter with a war at. I can't ignore it. I ain't finna back down. No, no, no. I ain't finna back down. No, no, no. Yeah. Living legend, feeling pleasant with some of my essence. Please, no interjection, cause you
let your light so shine before men.
So when people supposed to see you and be like, hold on.
Names are on the gates of the kingdom of heaven. The children of Israel. Are they teaching now that you're part of the children of Israel? No. These guys have been doing nothing but teaching lies.
Melita Islands, abandoned the earth.
Hey, Shalom Israel, it's Captain OC, and believe it or not, we were going to have the land blitz tomorrow originally, but the Spirit of Grace came upon the bishops and deacons, and it has been moved to April 20th. Now, we do appreciate you that have made your donations, you sent in your checks, you sent in your money orders, you already done your pledge. We appreciate you. But those that have not either made your pledge or sent in your donation, you can still do so. IUIC.nationhood@israelunite.org. And remember, y'all, we blitzing for the land. It is not over. We are still blitzing for the land. We are looking for land blitz business sponsors during our Land Blitz fundraiser. You want to showcase your business and highlight your business during the biggest event of the year? Now is the time to do it. Send us an email at
We're back from the break.
Yeah.
All right, we got the text now. Shalom Deacon would, what? What does it say now?
Shalom Deacon, what would the white Berbers of northern Africa be?
Arabs, Turks. Those are Arabs, Edomites and Arabs mixed together.
Yeah, they mix.
That's why I mentioned earlier that the Arabs took over. It was the Turks. So basically, I call them Edom Arabs. So Edom and Ishmael mixed together.
The Tuaregs.
The Tuaregs, yeah, they all mingled together.
Tibus.
Yeah, so the Visigoths pretty much, and the Ishmaelites and the Nilotes all pretty much mingled together over there. And that's who that is over there now, a bunch of Turks over there. The same white Arabs over there in Egypt, but the same white Arabs over there in the Barbary states. That's who that is. Colonizers. That's why those are the ones that got mad when they're working on the Hannibal movie with Denzel. They're mad because they won't look like them. All right? That's who's over there complaining. All right? Give me Babylon Timbuktu. So Edom and Ishmael, basically, mingled together. That's what that is today. Give me Babylon Timbuktu. I'm on page 90. Let me see. I read that already.
Yeah, you brought this out last week.
Yeah, I read it again. All right, go to the Telegram real quick.
Hey, post the number. They asking for the number on the comments.
Oh,
Y'all
the
posted?
I
the
posted
number
on the group already. But
Yeah, the
Already sent
number.
it? No, somebody go on there.
Phone number.
Yeah,
Give me the number. The number is 267-702-6121 to text us. That's 267-702-6121 to contact us through text. And you can also Zoom call in as well regarding the topic. Hold on one second. Let me see. I want the British Isles. The British Isles. Let me see for the British Isles. The British Isles map on the Telegram. Let me see. Let me see. Is this it?
hey, Israel, make sure you hit the like button.
Yeah, that's it. That's good. And give me the old map also that Kim posted as well. It's above. I'll just forward it. Hold on.
Share the stream.
Yeah, I just forwarded. I want that as well.
You got another text. We have another text?
For the
All
same
right, cool.
sister.
What it says?
Take the highlight off.
Oh, that's the same brother.
It says, and would the indigenous
people.
People of Belize be considered Phoenicians?
You okay, bro?
Yes.
No.
They would be considered Phoenicians. Northern Kingdom is Phoenicians, so yes.
Yeah.
All the Northern Kingdom would be considered Phoenicians or Carthaginians or Native Americans, Ephraim. That's the same people. Now, of course, you did have Judah sail with them as well. But for the most part, since Northern Kingdom were the ones that were like Zebulon, they lived along the border of the sea. They had more experience with the sea. So those are the main mariners of Solomon's Navy fleet.
Right, they were in the majority.
They're the majority, correct. So, is there anything else? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it for now.
All right.
Oh, wait, one more. Sorry.
All right, I thought so.
Says, when did the Edomites defeat the Japhetic and become the Romans?
That was, what year was that? What year was that?
63.
Yeah,
BC,
yeah,
when
Kaiser.
Pompey and all that?
Yep.
Says when did the Edomites?
I thought it was Julius Caesar.
Julius
Julius
Caesar,
Caesar.
yeah.
Julius
Yeah,
Caesar was
Caesar.
around
40, like
the last Tarquin, the Tarquin exile. That was it, right? The Tarquin exile.
Yeah.
So around
in the 40s BC.
Because
Julius
44 BC. He's
Julius
44.
Kaiser. Julius Kaiser's family took over. Julius Kaiser, Julius Caesar, his family. That's when.
But they were there from the inception of
they're
the Roman
but that-
city.
yeah,
But
that
that's when
family
they
took over.
Yeah, that's when they took over completely.
Yeah, so that was around 44. The 40s BC.
That's what Esau doing. What they always do. They join, infiltrate,
And then
and
take
overthrow.
over. Right, like Herod did. Same thing they did with Japheth. All right, so around the 40s BC is the time. All right, so now we have terminology of the British Isles. You got Great Britain. I remember we showed you earlier the Jews. We sailed this area here. All right, Great Britain, because you go around Africa, if you go further up, you're going to find yourself in Britain, in Ireland. So this is the British Isles here. Ireland, Great Britain, the UK, the Isle of Man. See that thing right there? Surround that, circle that, please. The Isle of Man. Isle of Man is in the middle, right there, in the middle. And you have the Channel Islands, British Islands. Keep these things in mind. The Isle of Man is very, very, very important to remember. The Isle of Man, and who reigned in that realm. This whole thing was ours at one time. Britain, Ireland, Scotland, that was all us. Scotland right there in the top right, right there in the middle. Yep. That was all ours. England, Wales, the Welsh, same thing. Republic of Ireland, that's us. And South Ireland is the island part. North Island is the land, I believe, right? Yakin?
No, it's together, but they have it separate.
Okay.
So Northern Ireland is part of the Great Britain.
Okay. But
Part of Britain,
but South Island is an island,
It's
yes?
it's the whole Ireland is an island, but the
Okay.
northern part is
It's part of the
it's
land.
Part of,
Yeah.
it's part of Britain.
Okay, it's still island, regardless.
Yep.
So it's one big island.
Yep.
So we had all of this here. We I showed you earlier. We reigned over South France, South Britain. We had all Britain, but all Britain was ours.
South
all of it was
Spain.
ours. Remnants of Java was in Britain. Remnants of them, but the majority was us of Britain. We had all of Britain pretty much. Ireland, we had all of that. I'm gonna show you that. Now, and this all goes back to King James. So I'm touching on the British Isles. My main goal is to focus on getting all of us to King James. His family, that line, load up here. This is an old map we have here. We have for a long time. We used this thing years ago. Part of Spain, it says Iberia of the Phoenicians. See that? Spain, Iberia of the Phoenicians. That was ours. Spain was ours. All right?
We named it.
We named it Spain, which means rabbit, because there's a lot of rabbits out there in abundance.
Yeah, it says it right
See,
there.
it's
Yeah.
right there. Spain, rabbit, as so called by the Phoenicians. We named Spain España, which means rabbits. And they called it the Hispania, whatever, same thing. See, the Spania or Hispania of the Romans, it was also from its western situation called Hesperia or Hesperia Ultima, which signified the lesser, as Italy was the great Spain.
Was also distinguished into criteria,
Soteria and Ulteria.
soteria and
Or
ulterior.
the nearer and the further, right. All right, so there you go. So we had all of it. We had Spain, we had all of that. Europe there, Atlantic.
And then Iberia was named after Eber.
Yeah, Iberia, we showed you that last time. Iberia or Ibernicum was Ireland, and Iberia is Spain, named after Hebrews, or Ebos, like Ebo land, Eber. Ireland was called Iberia. All right, and Spain was called Iberia without the H, so same thing. All right, or Ibernicum. All right, now, all named after us. Now, get me Isaiah 11 and verse 10. Going to be going here a lot, so just bear with me.
I still got those pages I mentioned.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, get that first.
Get those 2 pages.
Get those 2 pages first. Thank you.
Books in Spanish, but I just had it Google Translate.
You got to remind me,
real
I'll
quick,
forget. Isaiah 11.
Just read the highlighted part.
This is in Spanish, yes?
No, I had gotten translated.
But
to
it's in
English.
Spanish?
Yeah,
Okay.
originally, yeah, the book's in Spanish.
So it's the island of Quisqueya, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It seems to me that it has been.
Quisqueya is where? DR, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hispaniola,
Yeah,
Quisqueya,
Hispaniola, Quisqueya, the land of Quisqueya. I mean, it means great land, something like that. Quisqueya.
I forget what it actually means.
Something great land or something like that. But Quisqueya is the original name of DR. So it's called Quisqueya. Go ahead. The Northern Kingdom called it that. It might be the Lord, because there's no Yah's in there, so it might mean something to do with God.
Yeah.
Quisqueya. Go ahead.
It seems to me that it has been sufficiently demonstrated that these parallel lines made of stones and earth, similar to trenches, and which are also found interior up the Genoa River and on the plains of Mao and Monte Cristi. Wherever traces of indigenous populations are still preserved, they are irrefutable witnesses that a Hebrew people lived here and whose memories are preserved.
Wow.
So these are all just places where they find these writings, and they're all civilizations of the Indians that were there.
Wow.
And they're saying this is Hebrew. This is
Hebrews are
Phoenician.
here.
Yeah.
Yep. Read on.
This reason, the colonization of America by Jews is not a new issue, nor is it far-fetched, as several authors have written on the subject.
We have almost all those authors. We have almost all their writings. Go ahead.
Go to the next image.
Alphabets.
48 alphabets.
48 alphabets. Phoenician, Sidonian, Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. Having seen that some of the engravings on the Dominican rocks,
like the one in Mexico, Los Lunas, go ahead,
corresponded to letters of the Phoenician Sidonian alphabet, that the authors who deciphered and described the Phoenician pictographs did so by placing the Phoenician characters in correspondence with the Hebrew characters. I tried to do the same, I placed one alphabet side by side, and thus in this way, I was able to decipher those pictographs, which until then had been an enigma.
A puzzle.
And I was able to find the labelmology of some proper names from the extinct Tahinian language. Here is a key I have used and which others can use.
So this book was written by a Edomite who, this is probably like about 100 years ago. He went over to Quisqueya and he found these inscriptions, and he was the one who brought it out, and these stones. So that's what that's the man that's talking here.
Mm-hmm. And he has a Phoenician alphabet here. It's the same as Hebrew. Aleph, Bol.
That's how he was able to decipher the writings.
Yep, by putting it with the Hebrew. Because they wrote in the same language. It's the same people. These are Israelites over here. These are Israelites on this side of the world. There's just too many books. How old is this book?
It's not old. It's probably like 50, 60 years old.
It's old enough.
But the guy who actually did this, I think is in the late 1800s.
Oh, okay.
So it's not, the research isn't old.
Got you. Yeah. Wow. Now, give me, what else I want? Isaiah 11? That's some good stuff.
Yes.
11 and 10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 10.
11.
Verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
The remnant of his people. Go ahead.
Which shall be left from Assyria.
Syria, which would be in the middle of Syria, Iran, Iraq, and Turkey. Go ahead.
And from Egypt.
Egypt. Go ahead.
And from Pathros.
Pathros.
And from Cush.
Pathros is Sudan. Cush is Ethiopia. Go ahead.
And from Elam.
Persia, Iran, India. Go ahead.
And from Shinar.
Iraq. Afro-Iraqis.
And from Hamath.
Syria.
And from the islands of the sea.
The islands of the sea is the South Pacific Island, the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the islands of the sea. We are on the island, including the British Isles as well. Ireland, Scotland, the British Isles, that's also included in the Isles of the Sea. Israel's found in the UK. That's an island. That's an isle of the sea. All right? The British Isles, islands, British islands. All right? That's all I want. Now, we've been there for centuries. Give me Genesis 28, verse 14. Genesis 28, verse 14 now. So keep in mind, British Isles, Scotland, Ireland, Britain, the Isle of Man. Keep all that in mind. The Highlands, the Lowlands. Keep all of that in mind.
Genesis chapter 28, verse 14. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth.
Come on.
And thou shalt spread abroad to the west.
The west or the far west?
And to the east.
The east and the far east. That's the Pacific Ocean Islands. The South Sea Islands. The east, the far east. China, Japan. Go ahead.
And to the north.
The North America. Go ahead.
And
Canada, whatever. Russia, whatever. Go ahead.
And to the south.
The south. Come on.
And in thee. And in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed.
Those families is our people will be blessed by Christ's death who are scattered all abroad. That's what it's talking about. Now, give me 35 and 10.
Genesis chapter 35 and verse 10. And God said unto him, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel.
11.
And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall...
That goes back to Isaiah 11. A nation and a company of nations. That's Judah and northern kingdom being scattered all over the world, undergoing different names and titles throughout the world, throughout the parts of Africa, the South Sea Islands, throughout the Americas, throughout the UK, different name, Africa, the Near East, Far East, different names, different titles, yet the same people. Come on.
A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins.
We had many kings come out of his loins, so out of his line, his lineage. So Israel become a nation and a company of nations. Afro-Iranians, Afro-Iraqis, Afro-Germans, African-Americans, Haitian, Dominican, all right? Afro-Turks, Afro-Syrians, all right? Sudanese, so-called Falashas, Dalits, Sidis, people of Polynesians, the Kanakas, all different variety of name, Native Americans. All right? So, get me, let's see what I want to go to now. Get me Ezra 1. Ezra 1.
Verse 1.
Yep.
The book of Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia.
Right, so the Lord moved Cyrus the Persian king to grant us liberty from our Babylonian exile. Remember, during Babylon, a lot of us were stationed in Spain and other parts of the world. Go ahead. During this exile. When Babylon took over and conquered everybody, it displaced a whole bunch of nations. Right. It wasn't just us. He displaced many nations. And a lot of them remained where they were displaced. Most of them returned back home. And us also, but not all of them. Not all nations returned back home, including Edom too. Edom too, Elam, that's how they got over there in the Far East. Elam went over there, Moab went over there. This is during Babylon. Yep. Ammon went over there. Judah went over there. During Babylonian captivity or conquest, many nations of Moab, Ammon, Elam, and Israel, we fled far west into those Pacific islands. China, Japan, Malaysia, Pacific islands. That's where we went over there. But the majority of us stayed in our land. Well, Judah stayed in the land. But remnants of everybody else, all nations, scattered all over. He scattered. Nebuchadnezzar was doing damage. He was conquering everybody. Imagine a guy come along through the hood and just chase them out their house in the Bronx. They all run to Queens. They run to Manhattan. They run to Long Island, and they stay there. But some return back home after he's dead. That's what he was doing. Babylon was gangster. Nebuchadnezzar was a problem. Go ahead.
That he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom.
So after Babylon, this is Persia. Persia come on the scene, and he takes over. Go ahead, Cyrus. Go ahead.
And put it also in writing, saying, Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia, the Lord God of heaven hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah.
Come on.
Who is there among you of all his people? His God be with him, and let him go out to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, and build the house of the Lord, God of Israel. He is the God which is in Jerusalem.
Come on.
And whosoever remaineth in any place where he sojourneth, let the men of his place help him with silver, and with gold, and with goods, and with beasts, beside the freewill offering for the house of God that is in Jerusalem.
So those of you who want to stay where you've been exiled, that's fine, but still send funds to help rebuild the temple that's in your original homeland. You want to stay behind in your lands, you have liberty to return back home or stay in your exile, but send forth funds to help rebuild your temple with your brothers. That's what Cyrus' decree was. Come on, verse 5.
Then rose up the chief of the fathers of Judah and Benjamin, and the priests,
Levi,
and the Levites,
come on,
with all them whose spirit God had raised.
Northern kingdom, remnants of northern kingdom, go ahead.
To go up to build the house of the Lord, which is in Jerusalem.
So at this point in time, all the nations that were exiled by Babylon were allowed to return home. That included everybody, because Persia was more liberal. So Judah, southern kingdom, and northern kingdom were allowed to return to their lands, to return from their lands of exile. So when they got this liberty, give me 2 Esdras real quick, because I left that out. I won't forget that part regarding the Phoenicians in America. 2 Esdras 13. We're going to read it real fast, because I don't want to take away from it. I don't want to go too far backwards. 2 Esdras 13, verse 40, real quick.
2 Esdras, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
You read this 2 weeks ago. Go ahead.
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
The lands of exile, which would be what you call the Median cities, which border the Caspian Sea, the Black Sea, Iran, borders Russia. We were placed in all those areas. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
So they were given liberty during what time? During the time we're reading about now with Ezra. Persia gave Israel the liberty to leave the lands of their exile and return back home. Northern Kingdom said, rather than return back to Samaria and be among Judah, remember that beef was still there, rather than return to our natural homeland, we're going to go to a further country where no man has been to. That is the Americas, which is the fourth part of the earth. Because there was no son of Noah took America, none. Japheth had Europe, and part of Japheth had Europe. Ham had part of the Near East and Africa, and Shem had the Near East and part of Africa. That was it. That was the old world. No one had the new world. No one was here. All right, read on.
Verse 42, that they might dare keep their statutes.
That they might, because after a while we stopped doing it for the most part. They started to go into idolatry. They brought idolatry over here. Go ahead.
Which they never kept in their own land.
In Samaria. Come on.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
Because we knew that sea, because why? During Solomon's travels, we sailed the Euphrates. We knew it well. Come on.
For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still the flood.
Come on.
So they were passed over.
Come on.
For through
kept the current calm, we can pass through it, because there's turbulent waters there. Come on.
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
To sail around Africa to arrive over here is a year and a half. Come on.
And the same region is called Arsaris.
Another land, or newfound land, which is the Americas where mankind never dwelt. That's here. That's when the Phoenicians came over here and came over here. During the time of Persia, that was the second wave. Now, go back to, so Ezra gave us liberty to return. Many of us chose to leave and come over here during that time. The majority came over here during that time. And you had prior to that time with Solomon, and then you had what's I gonna say? Let me go back to my notes here. And many of us stayed in our exile regarding Spain. Now, go to Wikipedia now. History of the Jews in Spain. Wikipedia. History of the Jews in Spain. We got a text?
No.
No? I thought I said text. You showed me a text on the screen.
I think you did on that.
All right. So give me history of the Jews. History of the Jews in Spain. We're going to end at, go to early history, and we're going to end at sources.
The earliest significant Jewish presence in the Iberian Peninsula is generally traced back to the 1st century CE, when the region, known to the Romans as Hispania, was part of the Roman Empire.
Rome took over. Come on.
This presence is supported by both archaeological finds and literary sources.
Oh, I almost forgot. The Visigoths are a branch of Romans. I almost forgot that part. The Visigoths and the Visigoths are a branch of Romans, but they were religiously different. The Romans, pretty much that's it. That was they were a fleet that Julius Caesar had sent to conquer that portion at one time earlier in history. Julius Caesar sent a Roman fleet into Spain, and they stayed there for centuries and became Visigoths or Vandals. All right, so the Visigoths and Vandals are a branch of the Roman Empire. Keep that in mind as well. That's very important. They were referred to as Hispano-Romans. Visigoths are Hispano-Romans. So Romans in Spain, that's what they were. King Ferdinand, Isabella, the Inquisition, those are Romans in Spain. All right? Now, sources. Now, get me the book I want. It's called A Universal History, from earliest volume, from the earliest. A Universal History from the earliest is volume 18. We have that. Yes, volume 18. I want pages 457 and 458. We should have that too. Pages 457 and 458. Tell me we have it. right. So the point of the matter is that I'm going to show you guys how, while we were in Spain, pretty much. Well, I can't really go into it. Let me see. Is that it? When y'all gotta speak, don't leave no space. There we go. Okay. All praise. You guys are right. All praise. It's about to flip out, man. Like, oh, contain yourself. They're gonna find it. 4, 5, 7. You got 8. Come on. Come on, IT. Need you guys to stay with me. 4, 5, 7.
They don't have it?
Nah, it's right there.
Nah, that's another book.
Okay. 4, 5. I'll just deal with this then. Blow it up. This will work. At least you have one page. That's fine. Read that. That might be it. Just read that.
Yeah. But notwithstanding what is here advanced.
This is a very, you can talk about a font. This is a very, very old book. Go back to the cover again. Go back to the, show how old it is. Blow it up. Go down to the year. Go down. Is that it?
To the year.
So y'all have? Nah, this book is old. I want the year.
The F's look like S's. That's how you
know
it's
you know it's an old book.
Yeah, it's early 1700s.
It's an early 1700s book. Go back. Go to the page. When you guys tip into the book, I want you guys to capture the year of the book as well, so people can see the books. The older the book is, the better it is. Right. That's why I emphasize the year and the importance of the year, because those are written during a time when we were not allowed to read it. You have it there. Is that it, or that's something else? All right. If you can, look it up on Google it and Google the year of the book, and find out what year it was published. I want the year.
1888, isn't it?
It might be. I don't know.
I think it's this one. That's the volume 18, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's around
1888. Okay,
yeah.
that's very good. 1888 is very good. All right, read that.
But notwithstanding what is here advanced, we apprehend that the true and proper Iberia.
That's Spain. Go ahead.
Was originally only that part of Spain called Celtiberia.
Celtiberia. Or Celtiberia, yes. So only that part of Spain was called Celtiberia. There was a part of Spain. Remember, it said in the last book, we took over South Spain, South Italy, Sicily, South France, which is called Septimania. We took over South France, that was called Septimania. So it was called Celtiberia, or Celt Iberia, I call it, to kind of differentiate. Celt Iberia. Keep that in mind. Celtiberia, come on.
From a body of Celts.
From a body of Celts. Go ahead.
Settling in it.
That settled in it. Now, the word Celt goes back to a Celtic people. Celtic people goes back to like Irish, Scottish, right. British. That's what that goes back to. When you're a Celt, and you're Celtic, you're like a British Isles European, right? No. That's why I told you guys to remember the British Isles. How we sailed Ireland, how we mined Britain. Remember that? Read again.
Excuse me. From a body of Celts settling in it, bounded by the Iberis, the Pyrenees, and the Mediterranean.
That was our sea. Come on.
Which, if we admit, it is no wonder that the Phoenicians gave it the name of Iberia.
The Phoenicians gave Spain the name Iberia. Watch. Read on.
For the Hebrew, Iber.
Oh, now we know what the word Iberian Peninsula comes from. Iberia. Ireland was called Iberia. Same thing. Go ahead. Means what? Eber. So Iberia goes back to the land Eber or Hebrews, like Ebo. Same thing. Go ahead.
As well as the Chaldee, Syriac, or Phoenician, Ibra or Ibra.
Same thing. Ibra, same thing. Go ahead.
And the singular number signifies a passage.
A passage, come on.
And in the plural, bounds or limits.
Come on.
The Phoenicians, therefore, might either have called the most considerable river of this tract, and one of its boundaries, Iber, Ebra, etc.
So we named the river Ibra. Go ahead.
And from thence, still the inhabitants of it Iberian.
And styled the inhabitants of it Iberians. So those, when we lived there and settled there, we became Iberians or Hebrews living in Spain. During Solomon's travels, we took on the name Iberians. We styled ourselves Iberians or Celt Iberians. We were the Celts that resided there. Come on.
or have denominated the tract itself Iberia from its situation it having been generally considered by them as one of the remotest regions or western limit of the earth. Be that as it will, we can by no means think it probable that any part of Spain was called Iberia, from a colony of Iberians settled there, since history does not in the least countenance such a notion.
It does, because the old maps we have say it does. The author's contesting it, but he does say that the word Iberia goes back to Hebrew, but he's arguing about whether we settled there or not, and we did. We got a text?
Well, I stand corrected too as far as the date of that book. It's 1748.
Yeah, I knew it was older than that. This book was published in 1748.
I posted the image of the whole cover there. So
Yes.
The date.
Sorry. Go ahead.
What we got?
Okay,
What's
yeah,
the text
question.
say? So
Says-
book published when?
1748.
This book was published in 1748. You know what we were during that time? This is white eyes only. Go ahead.
Says Shalom. So King Solomon's fleet came to Arzareth first. They didn't have settlement since no one dwelt there, as the Bible says. I think it means like they had to build the house.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we settled to that. Well, historical, I'll say this. I'll say secularly, they say Solomon and the fleet came over here first. Biblically speaking, we know that the wave of us came, the bulk of us came to America during Persian captivity. Historical references say that we've been over here since Solomon's time, which makes sense because Moses mentions it. So it's possible.
No, I'm saying they could go back to the earlier.
Yeah, if you go back to the first couple of episodes we did, on the old show episodes, I go into it. But biblically speaking, listen to me very carefully, because the Bible comes first and foremost. Biblically, first and foremost, the largest bulk of us arrived in the Americas during Persian liberation. Remnants of us sailed and navigated and settled in the Americas on a minor scale during Solomon's time to grab resources from here, gold, whatever, and bring it back home. But some of us stayed and remained here earlier than the Persian captivity, historically. Biblically, Persia. Secularly or historically, Solomon's time, and then historically again, Roman time.
And we still would have been over here before anybody else.
Right, because only we knew about it. Right. Because Moses mentioned it.
Right. And that series that you did, for those that want to go back, is called The Two Promised Lands.
Yeah, The Two Promised Lands. You go into the Two Promised Lands series, I go into it thoroughly. All right? So now, what we got here? What's this? Oh, yeah, 457. You found it.
Got another text, too, dude.
Go up.
Oh, never mind.
That's 458. That's still the same page? 458, 459. Okay, that's fine. Let me see. Go up some. Okay, go down. Right there is fine. Read, but it appears from Bokart. Watch this.
But it appears from Bokart.
Remember, he argues, no, that's not what it comes from. But Esau will argue himself. He's retarded. They'll say, no, it's not possible. But Bokart says it's possible. So it's crazy. You got to read between the lines. Read right here. But it appears what?
But it appears from Bokart and others that the Phoenicians called Spain, at least that part of
South Spain, go ahead,
known to them, Phoenicia or
Spania
or Spania.
From
chiffon or
spawn.
Spawn a rabbit.
Remember the old map we showed you earlier? They called it rabbit. Go ahead, or a rabbit. Come on.
Because it abounded with those animals.
Because it was abundantly found with rabbits that terrorized the land. So they called this place a bunch of rabbits. This land is called Rabbit. Spain. Now read on. From the Phoenician what? Go down.
From the Phoenician.
Next page.
From the Phoenician Spanigia, the Romans deduced their Spania or Hispania.
So the Romans took from what the Phoenicians named and called the Hispania or Spania. Go ahead. Which appellation what?
As well as Iberia.
Come on.
In common with the Greeks, they applied to the whole continent of Spain.
They applied the whole name Iberia to the whole part of Spain. So we called the bottom part of Spain, Spain. But then eventually the Edomites took over and said we're going to name the whole area Spain. Go down to however,
as the former, in many particulars, bore a near resemblance to the latter, the Phoenicians, at their first arrival in Spain, might take them to be the same animal, and from thence impose upon this country a name which has ever since prevailed.
Based upon the rabbit. Okay, is that it? Let me see. Go down. Is there more underlined? What page is that? That's it? That's all I want. All right. Now, get me.
You did want 457?
You had 457?
I sent you the link for the book. See if you can get the page from
Let me
there.
see 457. I mean, I want it.
I couldn't do it on.
I mean, I
my
need
phone.
it. Let me just see what it says, though. This, just in case somebody has something of importance. Page 457.
Oh, they don't have it here.
They don't have it here.
Oh, they're right here.
Yeah,
Yep.
let me see it.
Blow it up.
Go down, go down.
Yeah, the page you wanted, you already. That's the main page.
That's just the beginning of it. That's fine. That's fine. I'm good. I got what I wanted. All praises. Thank you. But just say that, though. Say that page just in case. Let me see. So we became the Celts, Celtiberians. Same thing. So the Phoenicians became Celts. If the title Celt fell upon the Phoenicians. We got a text of it already?
Nah, it's no text.
Okay. Now, get me history of the Jews again. History of the Jews in Spain. We're going to go to early history, and we're going to end, start at among early, and we're going to end at 3rd century.
Among the early artifacts of likely Jewish origin discovered in Spain is an amphora for the 1st century CE, discovered in Ibiza, part of the Balearic Islands. The vessel bears 2 Hebrew characters, suggesting Jewish contact with the region, likely through trade between Judea and the Balearics. Additionally, a signet ring from Cadiz, dating to the 8th, 7th century BCE, features an inscription generally considered
Phoenician, because that's who got there first. Go ahead.
Though some scholars interpret it as Paleo-Hebraic.
Because Paleo-Hebrews were Phoenicians. That's why it's the same people. Go ahead.
Possibly indicating a Jewish presence in biblical times.
Yes, we were during Psalmist time. Go ahead.
2 trilingual Jewish inscriptions from Tarragona.
We named that. That's the name we gave it in the last book. Tarragona.
And Tortosa.
We named that too.
Dated between the 2nd century BCE and the 6th century CE.
Babylon. Go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry. 2nd century BC that's Rome. That's Rome, I believe.
Yeah, second
it's
century
CE.
BCE.
AD is, yeah, God, that's Rome.
That's the beginning of Rome.
Yeah, beginning of Rome, and then CE, that's Middle Ages. Go ahead.
Further support evidence of early...
I'm used to seeing AD. It threw me off. That CE stuff threw me off, man.
Yeah.
Current era. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Further support evidence of early Jewish settlements. A tombstone from Adra, formerly Abdera, inscribed with the name of a Jewish infant, Ania Salomonula.
Yeah, Ania Salomonula. Go ahead.
Dates to the 3rd century CE.
AD. Go ahead.
One of the earliest references possibly indicating a Jewish presence in Roman era Spain.
That's all I want. 3rd century CE. That's all I wanted. Now, go to thus while. Go down. Thus while. Right there. Thus while. So we had history, ancient burial grounds of us being there from early times, from Rome all the way to the Middle Ages. We've been there for even Phoenicia. That's even earlier than Rome. So go to thus while, and we're going to end that Mediterranean. All right?
Thus, while there
this
are
whole paragraph right here. That's all I want. Go ahead.
Thus, while there are limited material and literary indications for Jewish contact with Spain from a very early period, more definitive and substantial data begins with the 3rd century. Data from this period suggests a well-established community whose foundations must have been laid sometime earlier. Some suggest that substantial Jewish immigration probably occurred during the Roman period of Hispania.
Hispania, rabbit. Go ahead.
The province came under Roman control with the fall of Carthage after the Second Punic War, 218 to 202 BC.
That's the first Maccabees 8. Go ahead.
It is likely that these communities originated several generations earlier in the aftermath of the conquest of Judea.
Right. We arrived during the time of Carthage, and we arrived, a wave came after during the time of 70 AD, when Jerusalem was attacked by Rome, and we fled there to Spain. Come on.
And possible that they originated much earlier.
Babylon. Come on.
It is within the realm.
And Psalmist time. Come on.
It is within the realm of possibility that they went there under the Romans as free men to take advantage of its rich resources and build enterprises there.
Yep.
These early arrivals would have been joined by those who had been enslaved by the Romans under Vespasian and Titus.
Right. Come on. So some of us were free in Spain. Some of us were brought there as captives, bond to Spain. Go ahead.
And dispersed to the extreme west during the period of the Jewish-Roman War.
Go ahead.
And especially after the defeat of Judea in 70
AD. Come on.
One questionable estimate places the number carried off to Spain at 80,000.
We read that earlier. 80,000. Come on.
Subsequent immigrations came into the area along both the northern Africa and southern European sides of the Mediterranean.
Whoa. Subsequent immigrations came into the area along both the northern African, that's Carthage, and the southern European sides of the Mediterranean. Okay, come on.
That was it.
Okay, yes. So now, go to although the spread and end that Mediterranean. Go to although. Right there, end that Mediterranean. Yep, that whole paragraph there.
Although the spread of Jews into Europe is most commonly associated with the diaspora.
Stop right there. Although the spread of Jews into Europe is most commonly associated with what?
With the diaspora.
With the diaspora.
We in this building.
You hear about, okay, I guess we're in the building. All over the planet, but not in the building. Well, okay. Anyway, the diaspora, you guys are crazy. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 29. Oh, God, brother play, we in this building. I'm talking about all over the planet. Thank you, IT. I appreciate you. 28.
Yeah, where that at? Ooh.
Is that I want? 29. Mentions us being, well, I always forget what that thing is, man. Is it 28 being dispersed?
25.
25. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep. Deuteronomy 28, verse 25.
Come on.
The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them.
Fought against the Romans, and we lost. Go ahead. We got scattered. Come on.
And shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
Removed, and you go into the Greek, well, remove, it means we'll be scattered. The word diaspora goes back to the Bible, the Greek Bible. Dispersion or diaspora is found first and foremost regarding the Israelites. The word diaspora immediately denotes Israelites. So who is the people on the earth who were scattered among all nations in slavery? Us here. So-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. The African diaspora, they call it the Ma'afa. That's us. So diaspora always historically started with our people. Whether forced migration or willful migration, we were everywhere. The Lord told Jacob, your children will be scattered in the north, south, east, and west. They'll be all over the earth. We will be an omnipresent people. You got something there? Yeah, read that Ma'afa, read that. Ma'afa, what's that word mean? Regarding our people?
A Swahili word meaning great disaster or great tragedy.
Watch.
Is a term used to describe the transatlantic slave trade and its lasting impact on African peoples and their descendants.
The great disaster was the scattering of our people throughout slavery. Jump down to historical context.
Historical context since the late 1980s is that it has been used to refer to the transatlantic slave trade, a period of forced migration and enslavement of millions of Africans.
I didn't even read that there. It says a period of forced, I said willful, and forced migration into what? And what?
And enslavement of millions of Africans from the 16th to 19th century.
Nah, 15th to 19th century, not 16th. 15th to 16th, that's wrong. 15th, 19th centuries. That's how long. It's longer than that. All right, so now, get me, let's see. Go down to alternative terms. Read that right there.
Some scholars and activists also use terms like African Holocaust or Black Holocaust to describe the same historical event.
That's the real Holocaust.
Right.
The real one. The one that makes sense. Now, get me what I want. Go back to, although. Read that yet? No.
We didn't.
Although. Come on.
Although the spread of Jews into Europe is most commonly associated with the diaspora that ensued from the Roman conquest of Judea, immigration from Judea into the greater Roman Mediterranean area antedated The destruction of Jerusalem at the hands of the Romans under Titus.
I believe it came after, he's saying. Antedate means after. Antecedents. Antedated means it came after. After 70 AD. Come on.
Any Jews already in Hispania at this time would have been joined by those who had been enslaved by the Romans under Vespasian and Titus.
So you had Jews already in Spain that were there before Roman conquest, and the Jerusalem was destroyed, and then after it came after. Come on.
And dispersed to the extreme west during the period of the Jewish wars, and especially after the defeat of Judea.
Dispersed to the extreme west is West Africa. Because remember, from Israel, if you go west, that's the western part of Africa. Because Israel is east. Right. So going to the extreme west is Nigeria, the Congo, or Mauritania, Spain. That's the west. Go ahead.
And especially after the defeat of Judea in 70.
Right, 70 AD. Come on.
One account placed the number carried off to Hispania at 80,000.
Those who were taken captive over there is 80,000. Go ahead.
Subsequent immigrations came into the area along both the northern Africa and southern European sides of the Mediterranean.
So Rome shipped up not only Jews from Jerusalem to Spain, but also to Italy as well. Go ahead. No, that's all I want. Yep. Mediterranean. Now get me as citizens. And we're going to stop at province.
As citizens of the Roman Empire, the Jews of Hispania engaged in a variety of occupations, including agriculture. Until the adoption of Christianity, Jews had close relations with non-Jewish populations and played an active role in the social and economic life of the province.
We gained status while in Spain, and we gained a lot of wealth while in Spain. Go to in Jewish tradition. Right there, we're going to start, and we're going to start an identification of Spain, and we're going to end at letters.
Identification of Spain with, that was it right there? Identification.
Yes,
sir.
And then we'll end at letters. Where's letters at? Letters. Just keep reading until you find letters.
Yes, sir. The earliest mention of Sephardic is allegedly found in Obadiah, verse 20.
But the earlier, in Sephardic is Spain. Come on.
And the exiles of this host of the sons of Israel, who are among the Canaanites as far as Sarfat, and the exiles of Jerusalem, who are in Sepharad, will possess the cities of the south.
Come on.
While the medieval lexicographer David ben Abraham al-Fasi identifies Sarfat with the city of Sarfind, the word Sepharad, Hebrew, is the same verse. In the same verse has been translated by the first century rabbinic scholar Jonathan ben Uziel as Aspamia, based on a later teaching in the compendium of Jewish oral laws compiled by Judah ha-Nasi.
These guys are Talmudic Jews. These are Talmudic rabbis. Go ahead.
And 180
scholars in their time. They call him Judah the Prince. Judah ha-Nasi. Judah the Prince. Go ahead.
In 189 CE. Known as the Mishnah.
Talmud. Mishnah. Go ahead. The Mishnah and Gemara is the Talmud. Go ahead.
They're basically Pharisees.
Yeah, basically the Pharisees, right? Dark Age, Middle Ages Pharisees. Go ahead.
Aspamia is associated with a very faraway place, generally thought of as Hispania or Spain.
So Sepharad is Spain. Come on.
Circa 960. Hisdai ibn Shafrut.
Hisdai ibn Shippa was a Jew that was a spokesman or ambassador for the Sultan. He's the one that spoke to the Khazar king and asked him where he was from and said, I heard you guys came from Sierra Mountains. That's Hisdai ibn Shippa. Go ahead.
Minister of Trade.
He was a minister of trade. Go ahead.
In the court of the Caliph in Cordoba.
He worked for the Sultan. Go ahead.
Wrote to Joseph, the king of Khazaria,
there you go. Go ahead.
Saying, the name of our land in which we dwell is called in the sacred tongue Shapharid, but in the language of the Arabs, the indwellers of the lands, Al-Andalus. Or Andalusia, the name of the capital of the kingdom, Cordoba.
Cordoba. Come on, I saw he's saying it's one and the same. Come on. Now we're going to stop at letters. Let me see. All praises. Thank you. Keep going.
Some legends associated the biblical place name Tarshish with Tartessus.
Right. Tarshish is the same. That's what Jonah tried to flee to. When the Lord said, go curse out Assyria and your people there, he was like, nah, I'm going to Spain. He told God no. That didn't work out too well for him. Go ahead.
A locale in southern Spain, and suggesting Jewish traders.
So wait. So it says some legends associate Tarshish or Tartessus as located in southern Spain. Okay, read on.
A locale in southern Spain.
Well, I'm sorry. It says suggesting Jewish traders were active in Spain during the Phoenician and Carthaginian eras. We were already there. Come on.
In the Bible, Thracias is mentioned in the book of Jeremiah, Ezekiel, 1 Kings, Jonah, and Romans, and generally describing Tyre's empire from west to east.
Right, come on.
Tarshish is listed first, Ezekiel 27, 12 through 14, and in Jonah 1 and 3, it is the place to which Jonah sought to flee from the Lord.
It didn't work out. Go ahead.
Evidently, it represents the westernmost place to which one could sail.
Yep, come on.
One might speculate that commerce conducted by Jewish emissaries, merchant, craftsmen, or other tradesmen among the Canaanite-speaking Phoenicians from Tyre might have brought them to Tarshish.
Come on.
Although the notion of Tarshish...
Because you had Hiram's fleet and you had Solomon's fleet, so they probably sailed that area and they mined as well along with us. They didn't come to the Americas, but they did mine and come to Spain and Portugal. They went to those areas. Go ahead.
Although the notion of Tarshish as Spain is merely based on suggestive material, it leaves open the possibility of a very early Jewish presence in the Iberian Peninsula. According to Rabbi David Kimchi,
another Pharisee, yeah, pretty much,
in his commentary on Obadiah chapter 1, verse 20, Sarfat and Sepharad refer to the Jews exiled during the war with Titus and who went as far as the countries Albania.
Oh, wait a minute. So Albania, that's Germany. So during the time of 70 AD, many of us fled into Germany. We fled into Germany. I said you earlier, the diaspora started with us going to Africa and Europe. Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, Italy. We ran these areas. We were an omnipresent people. Read on.
Escalona, France, and Spain. He explicitly identifies Sarfat and Sepharad as France and Spain.
So Sarfat is France and Sepharad is Spain. Go ahead.
Respectively.
Exclusively, separately. Go ahead.
Some scholars think that in the case of the place name Sarfat, Sarfin, which as noted was applied to the Jewish diaspora in France.
Some say it's in France. Go ahead.
The association with France was made only exegetically. Thank you. Because of its similarity in spelling with the name France by a reversal of its letters.
So Spain and France sound similar in Hebrew. That's all it's saying. All right, let's see, letters. Now, get me arrival after destruction. You doing all right? You doing all right,
You good to read this part?
Yeah, you good.
You doing all right, man.
He's doing better than Abaddon.
Oh, snap. Damn.
Congratulations.
Damn.
That's how I feel. After the exile.
Yeah, so we're going to go to, where we at? Arrival after the destruction.
Yes, sir.
Our first temple, and we're going to end at praise, etc.
And Deke, too, like when we were running, we would go to places where we knew our people were
already
at.
Yes. Yep. Remember, it said Germany, because remember, Northern Kingdom, when the Assyrians placed us in the cities of the Medes, that borders the Black Sea, the Caspian Sea, Russia, Germany, we fled in those areas. We were already there. So Israel, like Ken said, Israel would always flee into areas where Israel was already living. Established, right. Go ahead.
Spanish Jew Moses de Leon mentions a tradition concerning the first Jewish exiles, saying that the vast majority of the first exiles driven away from the land of Israel during the Babylonian captivity refused to return, for they had seen that the second temple would be destroyed like the first.
So the Jews in Spain said, yo, listen, we're not going back to Jerusalem, but we're reading according to the prophecy of Daniel. It's going to be destroyed a second time. Why return there and watch it be destroyed a second time? We're going to stay right here in Spain. We good. Remember Ezra. Cyrus gave us liberty to stay in our lands of exile, but help rebuild the second temple. They sent the funds, but they said, listen, we're going to send the funds, but we ain't going back over there. Because according to the prophecy, according to the prophets, the temple will be destroyed a second time. Why bother going back there? Read it. Read it again.
Spanish Jew Moses de Leon mentions a tradition concerning the first Jewish exiles, saying that the vast majority of the first exiles driven away from the land of Israel during the Babylonian captivity refused to return.
Come on.
For they had seen that the second temple would be destroyed like the first.
Come on.
And yet another teaching, passed down later by Moshe ben Makir in the 16th century, an explicit reference is made to the fact that Jews have lived in Spain since the destruction of the first temple.
Since Solomon's time. Come on.
Now I've heard that this praise, Yes, which is now used by us in the prayer rite.
I'm sorry, since Babylon's time. I'm sorry, since the destruction of the first temple. That's Babylon's time. Come on.
Now I've heard that this praise, which is now used by us in the prayer rite, was sent by the exiles who have driven away from Jerusalem and who were not with Ezra in Babylon, and that Ezra has sent inquiring after them, but they did not wish to go up there.
Right, go ahead.
Replied that since they were destined to go off again into exile a second time, and that the temple would once again be destroyed,
Rome, go ahead.
Why should we then double our anguish? It is best for us that we remain here in our place and to serve God.
Right.
Now, I have heard that they are the people of Toledo, and those who are near to them. However, that they might not be thought of as wicked men, and those who are lacking in fidelity, may God forbid, they wrote down for them this magnanimous praise, etc.
So they weren't knocked for wanting to stay in Spain. They knew, according to prophecy, that Rome was going to destroy the temple a second time, or it will be destroyed a second time. So they said, listen, why should we see that the first temple was destroyed by Babylon? We witnessed that. Right. We saw Babylon and the Edomites come along and destroy the first temple. Why come back home to see it destroyed the second time? We're going to stay right here in Spain, send y'all some resources, and we good over here. So we said, okay, all praises. You send resources, we give them praise. That was it. So that's how Israel ended up staying in Spain. We stayed there, we migrated there, we settled there, we stayed there. We were good. Now, what time is it now? Okay, we're pretty much done. So, yeah, I'm going to go. So we're going to start Lord's will. Damn. Y'all leave it alone because I ain't got no time. I wanted to go day on 9, but that's taking too much time. Day on 9.
Yeah, it'll be too long.
To do too long. Yeah, that's too long. All right, so we're gonna stop there. Lord's will, we're going to start with day on 9. All right, we're showing that we're going to show you what they read to prove that the temple will be destroyed the second time. We're going to show y'all what they read in Daniel to prove why they chose to stay in Spain. Because it was prophesied by Daniel that it will be destroyed a second time. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. We're almost there. Lord's will, we're almost there. We're going to eventually get into the history of the Dark Ages. Dark Ages Magnified, so stay tuned for that. That's coming up soon. Dark Ages Magnified is coming up in Lord's will in the next couple of weeks is what we'll be away. So
this is just the foundation.
This is all the foundation's been laid so far. I point to y'all the island we will inhabit the Isles. I point to y'all that the Phoenicians are called Celts, and the portion of Spain was called Celt Iberia, or Celts. All right, which were Phoenicians as well. Keep that in mind. They named the place Iberia based upon the name Eber, like the Igbos of Africa called themselves Igbos. Eber, Iberia, Ibernia, same people, same places. Named the river Ebra, going back to Eber, the Eber River. Hebrew River, same thing. So you're going to land on that. Hope you guys got some understanding. Lord's will, in the next few weeks or so, we were going to go into the Dark Ages Magnified. Looking forward to it. Getting close to King James soon, so stay tuned for that. That's it. Abaddon, announcement.
Hey, Israel, let's give another hand for that class. Give it up. Fire class, as always. All right, Israel, make sure you make your donations on PayPal to Our Hidden History so you can purchase more books. You can make your donations on PayPal to IOIC.Philadelphia, IsraelUnite.org. Also, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. All right, there's a lot of classes, questions that you're asking about, but Deacon has already went over it in classes years ago. Yeah. All right, yeah, so just go on the channel, scroll down, you'll see your topic, and watch the classes again. All right. Also, subscribe to our Philly channels, IOIC Philadelphia and IOIC Philadelphia in the Classroom. Support the Booster Club. You can donate to the Booster Club on PayPal too, IOIC.fundraising at IsraelUnite.org. And last but not least, subscribe to IOIC TV. Next. All right, missing persons. Today we have Yo Wong Lo. Okay. All right. 61 years old, race Asian.
That's soldier.
Yo.
Oh, that's his
father-in-law.
Father-in-law. Oh man. I mean, at least his hair is black. Eye color brown, 6 foot, 160 pounds. Yuan was last seen on.
Tall.
Yeah, he tall. Yuan was last seen on March 1st. He likes to frequent casinos. He could be
So that's where
traveling.
we got to start at.
Yeah. He could be traveling on SEPTA using the key card. All right.
Nah, but seriously, if you see him,
Yeah.
call the authorities
Yep.
so we can find.
Yeah. He's a full-grown Asian out there. All right. Support the Land Fund. You can donate to the Land Fund on PayPal to Israel at israelunite.org. In the comment section, put land.
What's wrong with this, brother?
And last but not least, we're seeking your assistance to enhance national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions. So pull out your phone, hit that QR code. Maybe you got a question why we're looking for an Asian man, but this help us, Israel. Just help us, all right? All praise. That's it.
All right, so Lord's will, man. It's gonna be a little while. Passover's coming up, so we're not gonna have most likely not have the show. So Lord's will, we'll see y'all in the next 2. Lord's will, and we're gonna jump into the Dark Ages, magnified. We're gonna get into it. We touched on the Celts already, the British Isles, the Isle of Man, Scotland, Ireland, the UK. So we're getting there. We're getting close. We are getting close. So stay tuned. I'm excited to get into it. I know you guys are excited to hear about it as well. The Council of Nicaea, we're going to jump into that. King James line, the Bretons, the Bretons.
That's right.
The
Scots.
Vikings.
The Danes.
Shout out to Manny. The Vikings. The Danes, the Wales, the Welsh.
They're black.
The Wends, the
Norsemen.
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 All of that. The Norsemen, German kings, the Tsars, the real one, the black ones.
Right.
All that. So just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. The Knights of the King Arthur.
Yep.
Chief Arthur. We're going to get into all of that again.
The Vikings again.
The Vikings again. So Chief Arthur, his father.
They're black.
Uther Pendragon, Guinevere. So stay tuned. Vortigern, Mordred. all that.
Caradoc. We are
Not yet. Caradoc also.
Right.
We're getting there. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'm excited for it. Hope you guys as well. See y'all. Lord's will soon. Shalom, Most High, Christ bless.
Shalom,
Most High,
Most High,
Christ
Christ
bless.
bless.
Thank you.